Our next topic is subtraction of integers. Subtraction, as we know, is an inverse process of addition. Here is on number line. A minus b means the displacement from the point of B to the point of A. Suppose we have a number line and question is given as A minus B and B is here and suppose A is here. That means we have to move from B to A. Suppose B is given here and A is here. In that case we will move in this way. Okay, we need to understand few things. The first one is A, subtraction of two positive integers. The rule of subtraction are similar to those for addition. If you got two positive integers, you would subtract the smaller number from the larger one. The result will always be a positive integers. So here is given two number that these two are positive integers. So when we subtract positive integers, the result will be also positive 1, that is 2. How we represent this on number line? So 5 minus 3, as we suppose this is A and this is B. So what was the rule? You have to represent a number by displacement from B to A. So B1 is minus 3. Minus 3 is here. Now we have to move 5 unit to the A. So 5 unit, 5 is positive. In that case we move towards right. Okay, so let's do 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit and 5 unit. Okay, and we have to represent it like this. We move 5 steps and what is the answer is 2. This is can understand by the number lines also. Next case is subtracting one positive and one negative integers. Okay, so likewise if you were to subtract a positive integers from a negative one, the calculation become a matter of addition with the addition of a negative value. So here is given minus 3, 5 and minus 3. So first of all you have to convert this into positive or additive sentence. In that case we have to write minus 5 plus minus 3. Here move from, if you have to represent this on number line, we have to move from minus 3 because minus 3 is considered as B and to minus 5. That means move 5 more unit towards left, because if you see minus 5 is negative and in that case negative we have to move towards left. So let's start from 3, 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit and 5 unit. So what is the result now? Minus 8. And if you have to represent with the help of arrow, we do like this. Move 5 steps towards left. This is the correct representation of this equation. The next case is subtracting negative from positive integers. So if you see, the minus 3 is negative and we are subtracting minus 3 from 5, but here is also negative symbol, so 2 minus minus becomes positive. Now negative is cancelled and 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. Again, how we represent this on number line? We have to displacement from B, that is 3, to A, that is 5. So 3 on the number line, because this is positive, so 3 is here and we have to move 5 more steps because 5 is also positive. That means we have to move in the right direction. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 8 is the answer. How we represent? By using arrows, 3, 8, like this. We need to move from 3 to 8 by 5 steps. The next one is subtracting two negative integers. If you are subtracting a negative from another negative integers, use the sign of the larger number and subtract. So here if we see minus 5 and minus 3 both are negative, in that case what we have to do, we have to use the symbol of larger one, because if you write this as a additive number, let me solve so that you can easily understand. Minus 5 and given is minus 3, so when we write it as a additive sentence, so it's become like minus 5 and the place is here plus, and this both are negative, so negative negative becomes positive, so it's become like this. Sorry, it's 3. So 5 minus 3 is 2. Why we put negative sign? Because minus 5 is greater 1. Okay, now how we represent this on number line? So 3 is a positive and 3 is B, 3 is here. Now we have to move 5 unit towards left, because minus 5 it is in negative and is so we need to move towards left. So let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So where we reached? At minus 2. How we represent? By using arrow plus 3 to minus 5, that means 2. This is how many steps? 5 steps. This is a thing which we need to understand. If a and b are two integers, then a minus b is equal to a plus minus b. That is, to subtract b from a, change the sign of b and add to a. So here is the question given: 12 minus 6. Okay, in that case what we have to do? Change the sign of second number to its opposite. In this case, a negative to a positive. So here is negative and negative. So if you change, it's become positive. Keep, and first one should be like that. So what will be happen? Now the equation you will get is 12 plus 6, that is equal to 18. There are rules to follow. In case of subtraction, the sign of the numbers inside the bracket remains unchanged if there is a positive sign before it. So, if a question is given like this, if in front of this question integers earlier is a positive sign, so what we have to do? We have to put the symbol that is inside the bracket and remove the outer one. Okay, so now it is like plus a and minus. Cases, the sign of the number inside the bracket changes if there is a negative sign before it. Okay, if outside is negative, then inside symbol will be changed, and it's like minus a, and here is minus minus, so it's added and becomes positive. This is a summary of, or we can say, integers rule of both addition and subtraction that we studied in earlier and in this video. So in case of addition, if we having same sign, then like both integers are having same sign, so we have to add them and write the symbol. Same cases in case of positive also. If we having different signs like here, then first of all find the differences and put the negative sign in case if the number is greater. Here 9 is greater and that is positive, that's why you put here 4. In case of subtraction, we have to change as a addition equation, so this both symbols that is in negative will convert it into positive. See, in both cases negative is converted into positive, and by using these two symbols we have to change this one. So minus is outside the bracket, that means we have to put this minus inside the bracket, and here both are negative negative, that means it's become positive. And there is no need to change anything with the first one, because if there is no symbol is outside there, that is considered as positive, and if it's positive, that means We don't need to change any symbol inside the bracket. Let's solve the exercise 3C. First one is fill in the blank. The question is given plus 8 minus minus 3 is equal to plus 8. So if you see the question, you have to write it as addition sentence. So in if you notice here, minus is outside the bracket and inside the bracket also. So according to the rule, if there are two negative, that means it's converted into positive, and we write it here as 3. Now 8 plus 3 is 11. There is no need to put positive symbol if answers comes in positive. Next one is minus 6 minus plus 2. Here again, if minus is outside the bracket, that means we have to change inside one also. So we write here as in bracket minus 2. So what is the answer now? Minus 8. Okay. So the next question is rewrite each sentence as an addition sentence and find the answer. This is also like the first one, minus 12 minus minus 14. Remember the rule. The rule is given if like this. When we are reading the rule, minus minus a. So if it is given, that means it will convert it into plus a. This is our first rule. So minus 12, let's keep it in the same way because there is no need to change the first one as earlier. Before minus 12 is positive sign, so it's be same minus 12. Now minus minus 14, we have to change it as a positive one, right? And minus 14 will be plus 14. Okay, so now if you see here is now minus 12 plus 14. That means one is positive and one is negative. Find out the differences is 2. Now 14 is greater one, so that means it is plus 2. Next one is plus 10 minus minus 16. So as same, it's become 10 plus, convert it into positive, and now if outside is negative, it's changed to negative now like this. So 10 plus 16, the difference is of 6 and 16 is greater 1, so put symbol is here. So answer is what? Minus 16. Next is subtract each of the following using number line. Question is given minus 7 minus minus 2. So again, first of all, we have to write the addition sentence of for this number. So minus 7 will remain same, and at the place of negative we put here positive, and minus minus becomes positive like this. Okay, this is the equation, or we can say addition equation. So minus 7 plus 2 will be minus 5. Why is minus 5? Because minus 7 is greater than plus 2. So answer is minus 5. We have to represent minus 5 on number line. So how we represent? Second one is minus 2. Okay, now we have to move 7 unit towards left because both are in negative. Let's do, this is 1 2 3 4 and 5 minus 7. If you count the difference, this is of 1 2 3 4 5 is of 5. So we write it like as we have to displacement from B to A. B to A. Next question is subtract minus 20 from 7. From means we have to subtract 7. First we write 7 and then minus 20. So equation will be like in this way: minus 7 minus minus 20. Again you have to change this 1, so it's become positive. Minus minus become positive, so 7 plus 20 is equal to 27. Here is given operation change to addition. This negative is converted into positive and they both are negative, so that is converted into 20 on reversing sign. Next one is minus 453 from 500. So we have to subtract minus 453 from 500. So equation will be like this. Now again change the operation and we get the result like this. Next one is fill in the blanks using the symbols to make each sentence true. First given minus 6 minus minus 3 plus 7 minus plus 10. So by using the sentences we have to convert it like this. Again is converted into positive and this 2 negative becomes positive at place of 3, and after doing subtraction we get minus 3. In the same this side you have to do again. In the same question we'll have to follow the same rule. Next is question number 7. The sum of minus 262 and 132 from 100. Subtract, we have to subtract, but before that we have to add these two numbers, minus 262 and 132. So minus 262 having negative sign and 132 having positive. The differences is 130 and we put negative because 262 is greater 1, so we get 130. Now what the question is asked, we have to find the differences. That means we have to subtract it from 100. So the equation will be like this: minus 130 minus plus 100. So minus 130 plus 100 is equal to, if you see both are is now negative, so its answer will be 230. That's all for this exercise.